Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we are making Pollo Guisado con Arroz y Gandules. That's basically Puerto Rican stewed chicken with rice and peas. Now, I believe in Spanish, Caribbean, they call these peas gandules, and then in English-speaking Caribbean, we call it pigeon peas. Now, you can find this in the Hispanic aisle or the international aisle in a can. From Goya, I think, or there's another one called Iberia, but I chose to use the dry beans. I'm going to throw it into my pressure cooker. I pressure cooked it for about 15 minutes. So you want to do yours for 15. I did 9 and went back for 15. Here I am simply cleaning my chicken. This is about 2 pounds of chicken, I think. Wash it and clean it in a bowl of cold water with vinegar, and I'm going to add my seasonings to the chicken and allow it to marinate. I'm using some onion powder, Goya Sofrito, which is very similar to my green Caribbean seasoning, but I believe that Hispanic people put bell peppers and stuff in it to give it that red color. I'm also going to use some minced garlic, and we're just going to toss this and get it coated. I'm going to add a pinch of salt, that's up to you. We're just going to toss it and get it coated and allow it to sit and marinate for a little bit until we are ready to use it. So we're going to leave that to marinate. And then here are the other ingredients we're going to need. A packet of Goya SAZON, some cilantro, some olives, salt, more sofrito, and we're going to need chicken stock, but here I have some chicken bouillon. I'm going to add 2 cups of hot water. So in my pot already heating up, I had about 1 inch of oil at the bottom of the pot, and I'm using a heavy bottom pot. We're going to fry or cook the chicken in the oil for about 10 minutes to allow it to get like a sear. You want to place all of the chicken into the oil, so try and get it all in one layer. I'm simply going to set my kitchen timer once I get everything in there. Set the timer for about 5 minutes, then I'll come back and flip it over and allow it to cook on the second side for another 5 minutes. So now that our 10 minutes are up, you see that nice sear that we got there? That's kind of, I like the chicken to look like that. So now we're going to add some sofrito into the pot. That was a sofrito from the marinade, and then I'm going to add some more fresh sofrito from the bottle. And you basically want to add about a cup of sofrito into the pot that you're cooking with. I'm simply going to stir my pot up because it was kind of frying. Some of it kind of got stuck to the bottom, but you just kind of want to mix it up and make sure everything gets fully incorporated. So we're going to add our seasonings. We're going to start with the Goya SAZON. We're also going to add our olives. I only had about 5 olives, but you can add more if you want. And as you see, I added about 2 tablespoons of the olive juice. We're also going to add our chicken stock, which is 2 cups of chicken stock. We're also going to add 1 cup of tomato sauce. If you don't have tomato sauce, you can mix some tomato paste with some water and thin it out. We're also going to throw in our potatoes. Now I used about 4 medium-sized potatoes, and I cut them into big pieces. We kind of just want to get everything incorporated and mixed together, and we want it to be, you want the liquid to cover the chicken and the potatoes. So taste it, make sure that it has enough salt and pepper to your liking, and then if you need more water, add some more. I added about a 1/4 cup. We're going to allow it to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then this is what we're working with. I like to stir my pot just to make sure that nothing is burning. I cook on an electric stove, and I just feel like every single thing burns, but just stir it up and make sure it's not burning. We're going to cover this back and allow it to continue to cook, but definitely taste it again. If you need more salt, add a little bit more salt. If you want some pepper, add some pepper. We're going to move over and start fixing our rice now. So here I have about 3 tablespoons of oil heating up in my pot, and this was about 2 cups of white rice. I had already rinsed and washed off, right? So I'm emptying the wet rice into the hot oil. I'm going to allow this to cook and fry. Just follow me. This kind of works for me. It makes the rice come out really good when I do it this way. So fry your rice, let it get a little bit of a crust. We're gonna add some Goya ham seasoning. This is important for the rice. You need ham seasoning. We're also going to add a packet of sazon, and again stir it, make sure that it's all incorporated. Once we're finished stirring it and got it all stirred up, we're going to go and add our gandules or our pigeon peas into the pot. Now I'm using this strainer because remember I had my gandules in the Instapot, my pressure cooker. If you're using it from the can, drain out the extra water and simply add the peas. That's what I do. Again, stir it all up, make sure everything gets mixed together. I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of sofrito. I don't know if that's the traditional way, but it works for me. It came out really good. I like the extra flavor that it gives it. I added a pinch of salt, and now I'm going to add 4 cups of water. Get everything stirred together, incorporated, and once we stir everything together, make sure that everything is like fully combined. We're going to allow this to come to a boil. Once it starts to come to a boil, we're going to cover it down and let it steam. So let's check on our meat, and this is thoroughly cooked. We just want to make sure that we're stirring it, nothing is stuck to the bottom. I'm going to let this continue to boil, but with the pot open, okay? Back over to our rice. This is what it's going to look like. We want it to get to this point, so it's been boiling for about 3 to 5 minutes. Now we are going to cover it and let it steam. I'm using foil. You can use paper towel, parchment paper, wax paper, whatever works for you. Just make sure that it allow it to steam. Fold all the sides down so none of the hot air can come out. After about 20 to 25 minutes, voila. Okay, voila. But let me tell y'all, this was the most perfect rice that came out. Everything was fully cooked. Nothing wasn't stuck to the bottom. If you want, you can allow it to cook more. Check it, make sure that it's cooked, but leave it and let it get a little crispiness on the bottom. It's the best. Because our meat was boiling with the lid off, the sauce kind of thickened up, and I rather it this way. And here we have it, pollo guisado con arroz y gandules.